What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a little bit of time since we posted a video, but we've been in the process of moving the shop again. As you guys can see over there, there's just a bunch of stuff everywhere, but we'll show you guys the shop once we are fully moved in. Today we're going to be looking at our 3rd gen Tacoma. A couple of new things that we want to show you guys to it. Primarily in the front here, behind the grill, we have a compressor. So as you guys know, a lot of compressors have been mounted under the engine, but primarily in the back side where the firewall is, or by the fuse box. So this one is going to be a little different. So let's go take a look. Okay, so like I was saying, normally a lot of people put their air compressor right there where our Odyssey battery is. But if one day you want to do a secondary battery like we do, obviously that's not a good choice. The other option is where our Switch Pro piece is. So normally there's a mount that goes down and there's a plate that sits horizontally, and you would mount your air compressor on there. But as you can see, we really can't do either one. We got our Switch Pro thing there, we have our battery over there, so we are pretty limited to where we want to put our compressor. What we have done is we came up with a bracket that mounts right behind the grill here. I'm actually going to pop the grill off, show you guys behind there. So this is the compressor mount. So this bracket right here will sit on this little front frame piece. This one is optional, so this will have 2 brackets that will allow you to mount the ARB manifold, which will allow you to either run the air lockers with those, or you can mount one of these ARB air couplers. We have one with a cap on here to prevent dirt, dust, mud, whatever to get in there. And then we just have it plumbed, running down, coming over. We're probably going to put an elbow right here, so that way it just goes straight over there, a 90-degree elbow to the compressor. So we're using a ARB twin compressor right now. As you guys can see, 1, 2, and the manifold. So technically you don't need the manifold to mount the coupler over here, but the way ARB does it doesn't allow you to put the manifold, or not the manifold, the coupler directly in here with this piece on. So you actually have to have extend it out a little bit and then probably twist it on, or what we're gonna do is we're gonna have it come out and put a 90-degree so you can come in from the top, plug it in, and then that way you can connect your air hose or whatever we're using to air up your tires with without stuff getting in the way like the grill. So if you were to mount it directly straight out the way it is, it's gonna get your hand behind the grill and then plug it in that way, which is not ideal. So we'll probably make this bracket and this kit so that you guys can have multiple ways of mounting it. So this bracket here, basically a big plate, show you guys from down here. They'll come all the way over, and then there's a bracket that mounts to down here, this bottom frame. So all the hardware will be supplied. Obviously you will have to drill and put some rivets in because these holes are not existing. Wish they were to make it non-drilling, but if you guys want the most stealth position to mount your air compressor and save the space for your dual battery setup one day, or to have access to your fuse box and to that grommet back there, which basically there's a rubber grommet back there which you run all your wires through, keep that space open. So this bracket is going to allow you to do that. So besides the ARB twin, you'll also be able to mount your Viair 400 or 425 air compressors basically side by side. So it would be pretty much just like this twin, but it'll be a Viair. So that'll go there. You can mount 2, same thing. You can either mount it, you can either use these brackets to put your Viair coupler right here, so you can use it just pretty much the exact same way as this, But yeah, that's that. I just wanted to show you guys that real quick. Let's go ahead and put this grill back on and show you guys how it actually works. Okay, so we got the grill back together. We have our quick flate attached to our ARB air coupler. And then to check the pressure, just open it up. We got about 39.9 PSI. We got the front tire mounted up on both sides and the rear mounted up on both sides. So now, normally we would use this with the engine on, but for purposes so you guys can hear me talk, we're not gonna have the engine run just because we're not gonna be filling this thing up all the way. Once we have that turned on, flip the switch. That will start filling up all 4 tires, or one tire at a time, depending how you guys are airing it up. You guys could use the ARB air up kit, which is just one hose pretty much, and you just air one at a time, or however you want to do it. But already we are at 42.5 PSI within like maybe, I don't know, 15 seconds or so. So this thing is pretty fast. Probably the fastest onboard air out there within this price range at least. And this is definitely one of the more expensive ones for sure. So once we shut that off, it stops pumping air into it, but the compressor air is still on, so we can want to go ahead and turn that off. That is pretty much it. Behind the grill, super stealth. Can't really see it. You definitely see the ARB blue from the twin compressor. Looks kind of cool in my opinion. And then once again, you really don't need the manifold. It is nice to just have another point to mount it on. In my opinion, I like it just for the ability to mount it off of the ARB, because again, it is going to be way down there. So even putting a 90-degree angle, and maybe angling it slightly at a diagonal angle, we could reach in and just connect either a quick flate or a hose or something right there. But it is quite a bit ways down there. You do have to reach a little bit, about a full arm length to get to it. So in my opinion, I like this. So I would recommend it. But again, if you don't want to pay that much, don't have to get it. All right, guys, that is going to be it for this video. We will have everything down in the description, including the bracket and the ARB and the Vire. So if you guys want to get that, you guys can. In the future, we will be putting it together a kit for the Vire and the ARB twin, so that way you can pretty much buy the whole bundle and have it ready to install and be ready to go with pretty much everything. That way you don't have to run to the hardware store to pick up all that stuff and piece it together pretty much. But yeah, that's it for this video. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.